Hello everyone, this is Paukšta Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today we continue working with the dress made of the fabric with the cutwork embroidery. Last time I showed you how to cut the two flounces and how to pin the rest of the details. Today I'm going to show you how to cut the bodice and the skirt. I'm cutting the front now. The extension for the shoulder seam is 1 cm and for the armholes 5 or 7 mm. There is no need to make wide shoulders. They will be hidden under the flounce. The tighter the shoulders are, the more elegant the garment is. I've decided to add 1 by 5 cm extension to the side seams. Notice that this edge isn't straight anymore. It looks this way due to the fact that I've moved the opening on the waist tuck to the chest dart. Be very attentive. I want to trace the chest dart to the fabric for you to see everything clearly.
Я просто отмечаю, чтобы вам было видно.
I remind you that this opening includes the opening both of the chest dart and the waist tuck. It will be stitched this way. The front detail is ready. I'm cutting the back. When the both details are cut, I'll show you the way the patterns match in the side seams. I like it when I have an opportunity to walk around the table when cutting fabric. Have a look at the cut details. Notice that the patterns in the fabric match perfectly. This is very important. This is what you should pay attention to when cutting the details. The front and the back of the bodice are ready. Next, I need to cut the skirt details. The tailors of my fashion house make very complicated garments of the fabrics with the cutwork embroidery. My girls are very talented. A notch in the center front won't be seen in this fabric. I'll have to make a spacing seam with a thread of a bright color. Have a look at the center back. The seam isn't straight. It's because of the fact that the dress is going to be close-fitting. Let's have a look at the side seam in these details. The patterns match as well. There are the big holes at the bottom, the smaller ones in the middle, and the big ones at the top. The details match perfectly. What should I do next? I need to cut an additional detail for the lower flounce. The one which I've already cut isn't wide enough. There is no need to cut 2 layers of fabric. I'm not going to cut a piece which is exactly 20 centimeters wide. I'll cut a bigger one. This is how the detail should be cut. The patterns have to match. This is very important. I'm going to cut this piece of fabric and attach it to the first flounce detail. These are the pieces left from cutting the details. I can move them aside. I need to make the details match. I will have to attach two details to the original one. Next, I need to check if the flounce is of the needed width. The details should be stitched together. The lower flounce is ready, the skirt details are ready, the bodice details are ready, the upper flounce is ready. It won't be lined, so I can move it aside. Next, I'm going to cut the lining. I think that this piece of fabric will be wide enough to cut the lining for the lower flounce of it. I remind you that it will be gathered as well as the flounce of the main fabric. The flounce of the lining will be 20 centimeters long. I need to make these edges straight before I start cutting the flounce. As I've already said, the flounce will be 20 centimeters long. I need to measure and mark 21 centimeter. Next, I need to cut the lining for the bodice and the skirt. The best thing about it is that we need to cut the lining right along the details of the main fabric. They should match perfectly. Lay the details of the main fabric on the lining and start cutting right along the details.
И режется легко, потому что
Don't
на
worry,
подкладке нет
the
дырочек,
dress will
чтобы
fit the body
нигде
perfectly.
обратилась. Нет, просто режем по ткани и все. Мы ж немножко
I remind you that I moved the opening of the
раскрепощаем
waist tuck in the skirt to
За
the
счет
flare.
этого у нас вот такое вот имеет форму нижняя часть платья.
I'm cutting the upper detail at the back. When sewing garments of the fabrics with the cutwork embroidery, you need to buy more fabric than needed. It's very important to have some extra pieces of fabric. You need to be able to cut the details in such a way that the patterns in the fabric match. In our case, the holes in the fabric are of different sizes. These are the front and the back upper details, both the main fabric and the lining. These are the front and the back details of the skirt, both the main fabric and the lining. This is the lower flounce of the main fabric together with the lining, and the upper flounce without the lining. I hope that you find my tutorials useful. I'm working really hard to help you be different and beautiful. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Me and the tailors of my fashion house know a lot of different useful techniques. We are not greedy. We are willing to share our knowledge with you. I really hope that you find my tutorials useful. Next time, I'm going to show you how to tack this dress. I'm also going to show you how to edge the fabrics with the cutwork embroidery. This is a very useful technique. That's all for today. Be different and beautiful. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share the videos, press the like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you. Goodbye.